I had an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer song lined up. I can't be asked anymore because it's took about 2 hours to get going on this episode tonight. So it is episode 20!
Hooray! 2-0!
20. Apparently it's July already in this journey that we're on of 1997. That has gone incredibly quick considering we're halfway through the year.
Yeah. That's great. It's crazy to think we're already 6 months in.
Great input, boys, while I drink my... What is it, Mark?
He's drank too much, Mark. He doesn't remember.
It's Cuba Libre.
Who's that sponsored
Indeed
by
it is.
again, Rob?
Sponsored by
Sponsored
Tilt.
today?
And mentioning sponsors, our good friends over at Merry Hill, Eat Central, Max Spielman to be exact, they have a code that like to give you 10% off the gimmicks. All of them, including photo gifts, prints, frames, IDs, and portraits, using the code HOT10.
So, hopefully when restrictions are lifted, if you go out on the night and you're thinking, what happened? Make sure you get them photos printed so the world can see the debauched things you got up to. Enjoy yourselves.
Fucking hell. He puts it in a way that people want to go, doesn't it? Love it.
Well,
Love
I was trying
everything
not to swear in the intro because what I was on about earlier, and you just said fuck.
Oh, I just ruined it. Oh, shit. My bad.
We tried.
Do you eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
I don't know, but my wife, the tramp.
So, mentioning sponsors and shizzle, look at those merch alerts behind Martin Holland's head. Your internet connection is unstable. We have technical difficulties. And we have all of the merch alerts. Thank you very much for ordering yours. Hotline Bling is now available.
Oh, it looks good, dude. Oh,
Can I just say as well?
Yeah?
Sorry. Can I just say sorry to Witty? Because he did, he did want a You're Going Down, and he's waited about 6 years for one.
Me too, and I'll work here.
He's gonna get a Black Country Championship one instead. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a beautiful shirt. That
It's a
they all
beautiful
are, to
shirt
be
for
honest.
us.
Mate. They all are.
They are all beautiful shirts, indeed. As the King of Division looks on.
If you do want any designing doing, come to me. I'll give you a quote.
Try it out.
Yeah, try that. I like that.
Try it
I'll give you
out.
a quote. Don't think might not mean anything, but I'll give you a quote.
I'll give you a quote. Take it or leave it. You're up to you.
Yeah.
Go get a shit design somewhere else if you want it. So anyway.
So I'll just put more bullets back in that gun I've started shooting off for some reason.
Sorry, I'll just put it in the holster, lads. So, it's time to get into John's DeLorean and head back to the 13th of July, 1997. We are in Daytona Beach, Florida, in the Ocean Center for World Championship Wrestling, presenting the Bash at the beach. There's a sellout of 7,851. Their buy rate is actually 15k down on the previous year. So 165k versus 175k. But we all know what happened in 1996, so I'm not too surprised about that one. Are you?
I am a little bit. Thinking about the star power they've tried to push over on this show, especially, and then last year it wasn't like they went, oh, by the way, it starts tonight, like the whole wrestling revolution. So that is a little bit shocking for me to hear.
But who was going to be the third man?
I don't know. Maybe if you keep a check
Is that
out
where,
on...
like, Bobby the Brain Eaton and proper, like, did a spoiler?
Yeah, he was like,
Like,
but who's he
on?
here to help?
And then
Whose side is he
yeah.
on?
And
That's the one.
Shivani was like,
Uh,
what the
no.
fuck, Brain? What the fuck?
The
Had his
abridged
producer
version
hat
of
on.
the commentary.
What the
So-
fuck, Brain? Might as well tell him that fucking Mick Foley wins the championship as well.
Put butts in
Fuck's
seats.
Good
He
times.
did just for
Good times.
the wrong side.
On the right side in my mind. But in the introduction video, we get to see Hogan and Rodman and what they've been up to piss off Luger and the largest Luger fan in the world, also known as Captain Insano. Tony Schiavone brings us into a fantastic set. Pyro, Brain, Tony in the shittest shirts ever, but fantastic shit shirts. Dusty,
Yeah.
he wasn't a fan about that, was he? Weren't his life for a shit shirt? What's going on there, Dusty?
Dusty weren't going on pay-per-view wearing a shit shirt.
Shocking.
He was not doing that. Done work
Upset,
for
man.
me, brother. Done work for me.
If you will.
The situation is my tailor ain't buying that shit.
Unbelievable, Jeff. They then obviously really hype the mystery partner of DDP. I wrote here at the beginning of my notes. Let's hope that pays off. Dusty talks about Dennis Rodman and the year anniversary in the same arena where the NWO was born. And then we enter Raph and Morty's with James Vanderberg. What the fuck is this? This is not how we start WCW pay-per-views.
No,
What
but
an
it
entrance.
is a banging entrance song.
I completely agree with you. I think the tone of the song was really fucking good. But
No.
why these pair walk into the ring in the
No.
opener?
I didn't realise Raph was a cruiserweight. Like,
Because
I
Mike
missed the
Tenay
number.
turned up.
Yeah, that was it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, there was a lot of what the fucks in this opening 4 minutes. When I heard that music, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
It all just set me off.
I love Gene's Tenay reference, but we will get to that at some point.
Yeah,
What of
fucking
people had a pop at tonight, this show, and I was
Tenay-
like, no, take
Tenay was bullied on this broadcast,
Talking
and
of Mike Tenay.
I'm
He's
fucking telling you.
buried.
So
Buried on this show.
he does join the broadcasting team. I'm not sure why he was there. It's not cruiserweights, but I can buy into Tenay. I'm okay with him being there. Let's go into match one. It's Raph and Mortis with James Vanderberg taking on the team of Glacier and Ernest the Cat Miller. Your referee is a new ref, and I couldn't quite catch his name. I've written Jimmy Jeff down, but I think it was Jimmy Jazz. I'm not sure.
No, it's Jimmy Jeff now. It's been
Jimmy Jeff,
immortalised.
that'll do. I'm okay with that.
Oh,
New ref
Jimmy Jeff.
with a jump start that Bobby the Brain Heenan
Is that when you ordered
absolutely
Jazzy
shoots.
Jeff off Wish?
Yeah.
I suppose he can get thrown out the ring.
Jimmy Jeff, Jazzy Jeff, all of the Jeffs. Double J.
Jazzy
This
Jeff.
ref's called Double J.
Nah,
That's good.
This is Triple J.
Triple J. Shit.
Jimmy Jazzy Jeff. Jimmy Jazzy
Nice.
Jeff. Say that fast 5 times.
No. So anyway, do you eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No? Okay. So, like I say, there was a jump start at the beginning, and Bobby the Brain Heenan absolutely shot from the hip on the referee not having control over this match. Glacier gets a pop for a takedown. And I need to ask right off the bat, did we actually fucking like this shit in 97?
Glacier is over in this at this
No,
point.
Mortal Kombat was over in 97.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's.
Mortal Kombat!
You know what? If they'd have brought up, if it had been Technodrome as his theme music, he'd have been the greatest wrestler of all
He
time.
even had some sort of like Mortal Kombat like sounds in his entrance music as well, like
Yeah.
slang into the metal and stuff.
That's right. I'm too
And
much of a
he's
Mortal
actually
Kombat
built
geek.
from Japan as well.
So, can we have a
Fucking good.
Rememberables update, please?
Rememberables.
Yeah, the film
the-
with Glacier in.
It's the Resembler.
I thought it was
The
the
replaceables.
Replaceables. Oh,
Rememberables.
my bad.
The remembrance.
I'm going to say the irony is we couldn't remember the name of the film.
Did Glacier ever get back in touch with you about his film or not? You asked him, didn't you, on Twitter?
Who did?
You did?
You asked him, didn't you?
You
No.
tweeted at him?
Oh shit! Yeah, no, he didn't. Neither did Ken Shamrock actually. Fuck him.
Fuck
Fuck
him.
them both.
Come on, Ray. Should
Yeah,
try
Ray
Ernest
Lloyd. What
Miller
else
this
have you-
time.
You ain't even got a trailer out, Ray, and we're interested in this film. What's going on?
Yeah. Let's ask Ernest Miller this time. Try Ernest Miller because he's in not only this match, but he's also in the movie.
There's too much barking going on now at my window for my liking. Give us a set, lads. So, can we have an update on the replaceables, please?
Yeah, it's still a film, and there's still no trailer for it yet.
Lovely.
I love the fact that,
So,
like, you're, like, you know, when you've got like journalists on set and stuff, like Don's like, right now over to correspondent. What the fuck's going on with that?
Look, my corresponding is very accurate, but might not be technically worth listening to. It's definitely a film happening, and there's no trailer. We'll make one up. I'll draw one on the board for next time. Just be stick figures with names.
I'll give you an update. I'm actually drinking alcohol tonight, and I didn't think I would be because Saturday just gone. I laid the smackdown on good friend of the show, Craig, in his living room. About 3 o'clock in the morning, we had a wrestling match. Tops were off. We kicked the fuck out of each other. It was very good.
Who went over?
Well, he's got a broken
he's
knuckle.
got
Put it that way.
Brother don't have to work. Broke.
He did pretty well, you know. He hit me with a fucking RKO and everything. It's great.
It's an RCO, ain't it? No.
You what? Sorry.
Ain't it the RCO?
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, fucking that old chestnut. Fucking remember when someone tried to get me to change the name, and you know it made sense to me for all of 5 seconds, and then I was
Well,
like,
bro, it's on a website as I.
"Oh shit, yeah, it is. It is on a website as a finish." Moving on swiftly. So I'll be honest, I can't complain too much about this match.
Oh, I'm sure that you've got access to edit.
Yeah. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you like that? So, yeah, got under the collar here in this Macho Man shirt, I tell you. Mentioning shirts, Don,
Yes.
show us your shirt.
I'm gonna
Show
say,
the audience what we revealed in unboxing shit.
look at that motherfucker.
How sexy is that?
The wrestle crate coming through strong there, boys.
Absolutely. Worth it.
That means our wrestle crate better step the shit up now for the next one.
So,
You
I
put
can't
yourself there
complain.
now, boys.
I can't complain too much about the match. There's some decent high spots, and to pop the crowd in the opener, I just don't buy any of the characters, if I'm completely honest. The cat delivers some decent strikes. The ref is awful. Let's get to the finish because the finish is shit. So it's a chain on the foot finish. I mean, how the ref didn't spot that is beyond me.
Yeah.
Glacier does get some justice on Vanderberg by kicking him straight in the fucking face. That was pretty cool. But then that finish loses half a star for me. And Glacier loses his undefeated streak is the big news out of that one. 9 minutes 47 seconds deep. I've give it 0.75 stars, 3/4 a star.
You fucking heretic.
What do you mean?
What is it? How many times have you bollocked Mark for giving a point?
I'm going to explain very quickly
Straight off the bat.
why.
Bang, there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to explain very quickly why I've gone with that.
Because fuck you is why.
Because
should be just-
fuck you is one. Two is because, right, as we start going through this card and we see that there is not just the 2 tag team matches that I expected on the card. There is 1, 2. I'm gonna argue 4, maybe even 5 tag team matches, including a 6-man tag
Yeah.
on this card. So when I then started comparing tag versus tag and story, the people involved, everything and anything to do with what we'd normally consider to rate our matches, this fell back a little bit. So I had this at 1 star at the beginning, but spoiler alert, some other matches I felt was actually 1 star, but better than this.
But it'd be wrong to give them both 1 star.
Exactly.
So. Okay, if that's fair.
And I'll explain that a little bit later on why I think that tag match was more a 1 star than this 0.75 star match that I've gone for here.
Okay. All right. So, Mark, did you ever get to the reason why you could explain your 0.5s?
1 star. Purely.
What have you gone with, Mark? Sorry.
I'll go in 1 star.
Okay.
Purely for the fact that I'm fighting Canyon's corner, and I'll fight it all the way. Even though he's not officially Canyon just yet. He's my boy.
He's your boy. Top 5.
Yeah.
I went 1 star as well because fucking Canyon's fingerprint was all over the match.
Okay.
There was a lot of stuff. It was like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, I don't see Raph hitting a pendulum, like a reverse. I only describe it as the Billy Goat curse that Colt Cabana uses as a finish into a leg drop. I don't think Raph has that in mind. That's Canyon to me.
Yeah.
So stuff like that was cool. And that super kick in the into the post with the chair, I thought that's a really evil but really cool cut off. I'm surprised I've not seen that more often, as so many super kicks happen in wrestling nowadays.
Absolutely. Like I say, I didn't hate the match, but ultimately, for me, the storyline, the characters involved, and although the worker behind said mask is, you know, a good worker, I can't buy in. I can't buy in. So yeah, Dave rated it 2.5 stars.
Dave loves Ernest Miller, that's why.
Dave,
and I don't blame him.
Must love him.
I don't blame him. I actually like Ernest Miller as well. Soft spot in my heart for that boy.
We then move on to Paul London and his dad, who are the IT crowd for World Championship Wrestling this evening, giving DDP a micro interview. It turns out that it's DDP's dad, not Paul London's dad. And also, I'm not sure it's Paul London, but we'll move on. Because match 2 on the night is for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship. It's the Ultimate Dragon, as they're calling him, versus Chris Jericho, the champion. So Jericho's back, bye-bye.
He's back with a belt as well.
He's back with a belt as well.
So, did anyone pick up what happened?
Where did he get his...
He won it on Nitro.
He have the Cruiserweight belt?
He won it on a Nitro off Six, who'd had a match with Mysterio the same night. And he challenged him to a match and won the belt.
Very good. Very good, Don.
I don't think he did.
Oh.
I don't think he did.
There's a girl that's been on my mind.
Still studio. Well, that was what they was telling her.
Oh, someone was listening to the commentary. Brilliant. I thought you'd gone back and watched it. Fantastic. Ned Flanders.
Did he not have the belt at Great American Bash?
No. Jericho's. When was the last
Jericho's
time Jericho was on pay-per-view? Sold out, right?
Yeah, the first show we did.
His second match on pay-per-view this year.
Six has been the Cruiserweight champion pretty much since then.
I'm just going to let these argue it out for a sec. That's why there's like some silence.
Okay, I'll go with that. Thought someone froze.
It's not working.
Am I froze? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, we can hear you clearly. I'm just...
I thought I froze.
I want to know when. I want to know when Jericho won this fucking belt, because like I can't remember the last time he had it.
Well, while you work that out on the Google machine, I'll carry on and tell you that Ned Flanders, the dad from Jurassic Park 3, is the man in the middle, also known as Mark Curtis. And immediately immediately takes a squat in the corner before they lock up because he's so excited about it. He's like proper invested, isn't he?
Yeah. He's all. The thing is, if you see Mark Curtis in that ring, you know they would say that the referee's the third man. He's literally ready to make it a three-way match.
He's the star. He's brilliant. Now, this is obviously the type of match that we've come to expect as the opener.
Yeah.
After 6 months of covering. 7 months now, really, with this July pay-per-view. But it's a solid technical start followed by a standoff. Bobby Heenan basically tells the commentators to fuck off as he repeats some information that Tanay said, and he's called out for it. And I think this is where the shooting of today then comes from.
Yeah.
if I'm completely honest.
I think it wasn't just Brain that shot on him. I think a little bit later on, even your boy on the t-shirt back there with his hotline bling, I think he had a pop at him.
He did have a pop at him.
Which I'm like, what's with the hatred? What's with the hatred?
There was some severe hatred for him tonight.
This guy.
That guy.
There's some beautiful spots in the match. The one or two that I really enjoyed, I suppose, was where Jericho whips in Dragon into the corner. Dragon does an up and over, but Jericho follows through and then hits a moonsault from the top rope. I thought that was absolutely beautiful.
And the timing of that as well, for it to look
to get it right.
Because it's like if Dragon had misstepped or Jericho had slipped, that would just look like a massive botch.
Like with...
Yeah.
Go on, Mark.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just
my,
talk.
My internet is absolutely
Don't be frustrated. Just
shot.
Just talk to us, Mark.
Nah, it's shot, bro.
It's okay.
So, like, just thinking about, like, Jericho now, like, you'd never ever think of him as a cruiserweight, but he's one of the best cruiserweight champions in the world, ever, at this time. Heavyweight champion, and you wouldn't think of him as a cruiserweight, which is mad, because looking at him back here, doing all the top rope jumping, you know, it's two different people, but it's the same person, you know what I mean?
It's crazy how it's the same person. It really is. But it is. There is a moth flying around me.
I think what probably makes him one of the best as well, because, I mean, there was some amazing talent, especially this time in WCW for the cruiserweights. Even though Rob's now battling a small Mothra. No, but he was the
Someone
only
get that kid a Happy Meal!
He was the only one, to me, who had, like, character and a storyline. Even when he wasn't directly in a storyline, he was always building towards something. And I think that's why I liked him so much, especially at this period. And he is a goat.
You mentioned
I found out as well.
Yeah, go on.
Oh.
When he won the Cruiserweight Championship.
Go for it.
So,
the night after the Great American Bash.
You are right. It wasn't a Nitro. It wasn't a Monday Nitro though. It was a house show.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
There was
cheeky.
On a Saturday, the show was being broadcast over the internet. It wasn't even a pay-per-view. It wasn't even
the internet.
It was an pay-per-view then.
It was.
Jen.
So his first reign as a Cruiserweight champion was like on a nothing show, really, just broadcast over.
Let's just dissect that for a minute, because this is 1997, so potentially this could have been one of the first, if not the first, internet pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's one of the first streaming shows that
you imagine
you'd expect everywhere nowadays.
Yeah, it's just well, let's be honest. How have we watched this show?
Yeah.
Through a streaming site.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, a lot of people give shit for WCW for doing a lot of weird stuff, but sometimes
Joe would make it even better is if they did it on YouTube, because YouTube came out around about the same time, right? Like 97-ish.
I think it's a little bit later than that with YouTube.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think it was like early 2000s.
I think you can go suck a fucking dick, mate. So mentioning
this, Don. Why don't you go on, ball?
So... Did you say ball or bald? Because either way, it's accurate.
However way you want to hear it, bro.
It doesn't hurt.
So, mentioning distractions and eating pieces of shit for breakfast, the crowd, the red light spot starts to distract them, especially as they go to the top rope. They obviously think someone's got a fucking sniper gun in the crowd, pointing it straight at fucking Jericho, right? It nearly goes really wrong, and they obviously missed that top rope drop kick.
Yeah.
The commentators cover it up quite well. But then the springboard crossbody that followed it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Dragon was taking some right bumps off the top in this match. The really nice finish. Brain nails it. It could have gone either way. There's handshakes after the bell. Jericho wins, basically, with a roll-up, retains the Cruiserweight title. Brain then tells Tenay to call the replay and then to take a hike for the first rib of the night on Mike today. The match goes 12 minutes, 55 seconds, and I have rated it 3.5 stars. What a gentleman's contest this is. There's been a girl that's been on my mind. Jobber number 2.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Can you? Yeah, we can hear you.
What a fucking rib.
Can you hear us?
What a fucking rib. By the way,
I'm just eating bits of words, mate. Sorry.
He's having a mare. He's having a mare.
I think so.
By the way, this show is sponsored by Technical Difficulties. I'm Rob Campbell alongside
Can't fucking hear anything. Are you saying something?
I'm Rob Campbell alongside can't fucking hear anything.
Oh, I'll give up. I'm done.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Well, that's it, lad. Oh, thank you for coming to the show. This was our last episode ever. Thank you. Good night, much love. Jesus. Fucking hell, these technical difficulties are really... They're not sponsoring anymore, they're running the show.
We good, Mark. We
Mark.
good.
It seems to be alright now, yeah? I'm just like, what the fuck, man? What's going on?
I'm Rob Campbell alongside.
I am jobber number 2, Martin Holland.
And I'm Daniel. Why don't you meet me on the 9th hole green at midnight? Cornfield.
9 o'clock, but close. Yeah, so who's giving me the star rating? Don, give me a star rating.
Okay. I went 3 stars.
Okay.
Awesome match.
What,
yeah, I love
match. I had 3 stars.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
That'll do.
Yeah, just awesome match. I could happily watch these lads fight for another 2 million years. Quite happily.
Brilliant. Dave rated it 4.25 stars.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
You used to call me on the cell phone. Mr. Hotline Bling is in the building. He plugs the hotline as per usual. He tells us some people who should not be here are here. And it's time to call the hotline to find out who. Mean Gene getting some mixed reactions as he walks down the aisle to meet with Raven and Stevie Richards, who waves as Gene says, "Hi, pal." And another shoot on Mike tonight as Raven eventually gives us a poem. Quote the Raven nevermore, and he gets called out by Mean Gene as Stevie Richards does get some mic time to say something about an announcement on Nitro before getting a slap off Raven for speaking out of turn. Yeah. What did we make of this Hotline Bling segment?
I'm not gonna lie, it's more entertaining than most he does.
Oh, Public Enemy last time, so
Yeah, I'm gonna say the only way is off, baby. Yeah. Also, Raven's a good talker, so I could listen to him talk all day.
Raven's promos, I think, are really like underrated and forgotten about. I think.
Yeah.
In terms
to go
of
from Johnny Polo to this.
yeah.
I'm gonna say Scotty Flamingo previous as well.
Do you know what I mean? This is some serious upgrade material. This is.
Yeah.
But you know, this is like key like. If you're looking to work on promos, this is the perfect promo. These promos are perfect because you know what? He doesn't rush. He doesn't have to shout to put his point across like Sid Vicious or
Ahmed Johnson.
To get your point across to show to show your emotion. People think you have to shout down the microphone and stuff. But this is very calm, cool, collected. You know what I mean?
Do you know whose promo style reminds me of? And perfect. I think this is perfect example. Jake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
It's Jake Roberts, just a little bit grungier.
Yeah.
A little bit more self-deprecating. But happily I can listen Raven do promos like this all day.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful description, lads. The loser music hits. Loser. I could not be happier to hear the NWO B music.
Oh, yeah.
I actually popped. Just for bunch, really. The NWO Japan is back in the building, baby. As the Great Muta and Masahiro Chono of the NWO take on the Steiner brothers. The referee's Mickey J. Again, I'm fed up. Loads of tag team matches are booked on this card. It's fucking infuriating. So as I was saying, there's a lot of tag team matches on this card. I ain't fucking happy about it. We're in another tag team match as we speak. And just like the first tag team match, guess what the second match has? A jump start. You're already shitting on it. There's a long-winded start with Great Muta and Scott Steiner. For me, it was anyway. It was too long for what it needed to be, especially when we're going to see some other tags. But then I was guessing, I was guessing that the other tag matches wouldn't go as long. And, we find out we're kind of right with that, bar the main event. I was expecting the real standout match to be Hall and Savage versus DDP and his mystery partner. Didn't really work out like that on the night, as we'll go into, but it is what it is. Dusty drops the he took a powder. It's took a powder there, Tony. And that was the highlight of the match, really. There was nothing really to write home about in this one. There's just some impressive suplexes from the boys in red. The finish was terrible. And Chono just legit froze in the corner while it was all going on, for fuck's sake.
I think sprinting on the pin.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
The lead up to, obviously this as well, it's like the Steiners was on a bit of a roll. The 16th of June Nitro, they defeated Public Enemy in a dark match. Brilliant.
Holy shit, man.
The next next week on Nitro, they defeated Harlem Heat.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
I love beating them, don't I?
Yeah, definitely. On the 7th of July Nitro, they beat Benoit and McMichael in the main event. On the Nitro. That is
on the main event.
That was the main event Nitro. Okay.
Yeah.
3 out of 4 I'll take.
Mongo in the main event.
Mongo in the main event.
Fuck me. 11 minutes, 37 seconds. Surprisingly, based on what I've said, I've gone at 1.5 stars.
Okay.
I think again I went with 1 star on this one. It wasn't the best. It was another tag team match that, I'll put on the same level as the first tag team match, to be honest. There was a lot of crowd work. Muta didn't give a fuck. China just wanted to argue with the one bloke in the audience.
Oh, it wasn't just him. This night, that bloke was giving a lot of shit.
But he kept coming back to him down in China, didn't he? Probably playing off him. He was all right.
I was genuinely thought that was his lift to the building. So he was like, I know one person, I'm going to give him shit. Because if someone else, I'll probably chin me.
Hit that intro music.
I popped when when it was I don't know which one it was, but they give Scott Steiner the Frankenstein off the top.
Muta did, yeah.
But have that. He's pressed his that. He's pressed
my finish in Japan, you prick.
Yeah.
I
just didn't like the fact that he didn't have like the black mist during this time.
Yeah.
Well, this is the NWO Japan phase of Muta. So
bear in mind that they really put Muta over on commentary. They mention the fact that he's a former WCW champion.
Well, the title they're referencing to is actually the IWGP heavyweight title.
Oh, okay. I thought he'd won the WCW title. To be
fair. No. He done some stuff in the late 80s, and I think he got the TV title when it was NWA on an undefeated streak, like somebody else on the show. But he was quite up there at one point. Yeah. But I love Muta. Also, Mark, I like to ask you about entrance gear. Great Muta's entrance gear.
Right. And he's got that fucking Mulan dragon on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love it. What's his name? Mushu. Is it?
Mushu, yeah. Mushu.
Mulan. He's got Mushu on him.
The great Muta, big fan of Mulan with Mushu on his shoulder.
Fucking love it. Muta and Mushu.
I'm going to say, I think they put over him and Chono. They both mentioned they were both former WGP champions, just not by name.
As well. I think the camera guy was like proper like doing something dead funny because he kept like headbutting the camera. That wasn't because Muta was walking into the camera. The cameraman was doing that on purpose.
He wanted to get a zoom, and he was like, "See how many times before he popped."
Yeah, and he just kept eating it. You could hear him going clunk, clunk.
I'm going back and watching. That's beautiful. I gave it 1.5. I gave it 1.5. I actually really like this match.
I was going to say you were getting close to the today, Junior.
So I'm a massive Muta fan anyway. So anytime I get to see Muta, I'm a happy man. Anytime.
They've rated it 3.25 stars. Bit high. He was high during this entire show, I feel. Today's earning his pay tonight. As we've mentioned, he's getting ribbed a lot. He's once again being ribbed by Bobby the Brain Heenan in this one. Sonny Ono's turned up for a 6-man tag match that includes the team of Hector Garza, Juventud Guerrero, and Liz Mark Jr. taking on La Parca, Psychosis, and Villano, number 4. With Sonny Ono. Villano number 4 fucks off down the entranceway without his teammates, while Sonny Ono poses for a selfie with Psychosis and the chairman, La Parca. And Ned Flanders is back. Mark Curtis is here. He's the referee. And literally, I watched this with a hangover, bear in mind. So the note that I wrote was, get ready to try and keep up with this on my hangover. Told me as I polished off the first 2 litres of water yesterday. These are my 2-litre water bottles that I get through. And that was empty as this match hit yesterday. Hasn't really done anything, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll say hair of the dog.
And can I say as well, speaking of La Parca in the lead up to this match had a massive win over Randy Savage.
Wow.
Well,
we'll get to that, Don.
Okay.
Let's just say La Parca, one of my favourite luchadors, he beat Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Nitro leading up to this main event.
Fucking hell. That sentence there is just massive.
Yeah.
Also, he had a lovely sombrero coming down to the ring.
Mate,
that popped me. I was like, you cheeky little fucker.
Yeah.
I like it.
Fantastic. Tonight tells us basically fuck the tags and good luck, and we're off to the races.
Yeah.
La Parca Parker, without a doubt, says, "Oh fuck," as Hoovy comes through the bottom rope into the head scissors, and that was a class little spot, by the way.
Yeah.
Leading into that, and this match was full of those little spots. To be fair, again, right away, Sonny Ono gets involved. He kicks Psychosis in front of the referee, in front of everybody, and I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on here? That's a DQ. But then I remembered Tanay basically told us, "Fuck the rules."
Yeah.
It's. Do you want me to quickly explain this? Do you want me to?
Oh, go on, you fucking Technico Rudy Go motherfucker. Go on.
Okay, so in Lucha Libre, in trios matches, if you a tag, like a normal tag, or if you exit the ring, counts as a tag. So if you're on the outside, you're not the legal man. So that's how you get around it.
And
but obviously,
that's all I got to say about that.
What about the no DQ rule?
Technically not the legal man. So
because that was the whole fucking point of going into this fucking explanation.
Well,
technically not the legal man. It was an outside
man.
Interference from the manager. What do you mean?
Look, they told him just do this because it'll make sense.
Someone get this kid a Happy Meal for fuck's sake. Oh, mate, thanks for having a go. Thanks for coming along. I love that Mark Curtis literally tucks in like a fucking Bailey air thing against the ropes as the baby faces go for a suicide dive. That was like my favourite part of the match. Other than like the star was pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was better or worse than the Conan one. I'm not sure.
I think because of the view, I wish we'd have had the view of it.
The overhead, like Tenay was saying, yeah.
But I do like when Parker just fucked off.
Literally.
He just like, oh, this is a nice spot. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off, Hector Garza, you dickhead.
He just
and
fucked
also,
off into Liz Mark.
They did it way better than the WWF did it.
Yeah.
Because this is like, literally, just change a couple of those chess pieces, right? This is the exact same match.
Yeah.
There was a spot where they was all on the outside and they all done suicide dives over the top rope, and they fucking went flying into the rails. I was thinking, if somebody's like leaning forward,
dead.
Then rails are coming flat in your face.
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but he went flying into the rails.
Hector Garza, I think it was.
Yeah,
about 3 foot at least.
Yeah,
God loves rails. Pass it on.
Nice. It's a fun watch, even with the little blown spots, because there is a few blown spots in the match. Villano number 5 turns up, so Twin Magic does backfire as the Technicos pick up the victory, if I'm correct there, Don.
Yeah.
That means baby faces to you people in English, or as Mike Tenay says, the ones that are a little bit more technical. 10 minutes, 8 seconds, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went 3 stars with this as well. I was thinking about 3.5, but it's hard, isn't it? Like Lucha Libre, it's very different. It's very orchestrated. It's more like a dance rather than a proper wrestling match. It's different because if you've ever seen the David Arquette documentary, you've ever seen
Not yet.
Mate, you need to see because he was in Mexico, like, and he gets trained by the Mexicans and stuff. But like to get him to like when the in Mexico when cars park up, we get over here some tramps who come and knock on your window to ask you for some money, and they'll chuck some water over to wash your windscreen or something.
Yeah.
Like they'll do like a performance in front of all the cars, and then look around with buckets and get like instead of them doing like arm drags into like flips and back body drops in, it just looks brilliant. So I know I get where it's coming from, but I just don't. It's not for me in that type of way. It was too orchestrated. Like Villano, he skipped out the way a few times when it doesn't make sense in that way for me. It's a different type of thing though, so I appreciate that. I fully get it. Just not for me.
I've got to agree with the stars. I've gone 3. This is the first time I've watched one of these multi-man matches where they've just sort of said to lads, look, we're not going to book this. We've got no say in it. Go out there and wow the audience. And I think they did their job perfectly. I mean, Hoovy nearly died off the prawn roll off the top, Because I thought he was dead. I thought he brained himself. He got brained. And I was like, oh, shit.
Bobby the Brain Heenan thought he was dead too.
Yeah.
He's broke his neck.
Yeah, it was like, there was no like character. It was like Bobby Heenan, the commentator, Bobby Heenan, the man. We just watched the man die. That was We just watched the fucking man die.
Shawn Michaels has left the building. Oh, wait, he's not 1992, and I'm not in the Fed.
Previously. But yeah, fucking love. This is easily the best Lucha Libre trios match we've covered since we started. And like I say, a few chess pieces have been moved, but moved in the right way.
And the week before, like La Park was beating Randy Savage and like losing to Free Jobbers now.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Dave rated this one 4.25 stars.
Yeah, where it's coming from.
He loves the cruiserweight division, though, don't he?
So Tony tells us that we're going to another side of the spectrum as, for the first time this evening, we are passed over to David Pencer to announce what type of match, Don?
It was a career match, as it was referred to on the Titantron screen.
Okay, and can you do it in the voice of David Pencer for me? Or
so I wanted to do the translation first, just
okay,
so you can fully hear the syllables and the phonetic use, as I David Pencer the fuck out of this.
Please, David Pencer, this match. Match number 5, presented by David Pencer.
And that was everyone in the match.
Okay, so
would you like the translation?
Yeah,
he was in there as well. He's in there as well.
Nick Patrick's the referee for Kevin Sullivan with Jimmy Hart and Jacqueline versus the murderous poet himself, Chris Benoit.
Jacqueline.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. She's. I'll give you that all day long. But here's the thing, right? We've been covering this fucking storyline all year. It normally ends up with someone or everybody leaving on stretchers. Apparently they're out of stretchers on this budget tonight, but we'll get to that. So the bell starts and yeah, it's a fist fight. And we knew it was going to be. We know the personal circumstances outside the ring with these two individuals. Woman is nowhere to be seen. You know, that says it all. Not one person said it was a no disqualification match, but sound again. Apparently, we don't need to know the rules tonight. Jacqueline gets involved and then gets thrown about like literally a rag doll. The set gets fucked over. Jimmy Hart goes up on a lifeguard seat and then ends up fucking falling off the Twin Towers. It's just crazy. It's back and forth. It's very aggressive. Jacqueline is kicking the fuck out of Benoit, as is Sutherland, that prick. I mean, there was a bloke at the back as he hit Benoit's head into the guardrail, and the bloke was like, "You can't do that! You can't do that!" O'Doyle rules. Just straightforward. Kevin Sutherland is the fucking drizzling shits. I'm not sure how this motherfucker got over, and I'm not sure how this motherfucker ended up on the booking committee, but that's what happened. He doesn't pass out to the crossface. First of all, that's not how you sell it, dickhead. Like, what are you doing? It just annoys me. Bottom line is, Jacqueline smashes a wooden chair straight off Kevin Sutherland's fucking head, followed by the diving headbutt, and that motherfucker's out of there. Benoit picks up the victory after 13 minutes, 11 seconds. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. 2 stars.
Okay.
I went 2.5 stars. I think purely because I think Benoit in this match, in this feud, other than his couple of matches, random matches with Meng. Like Ben was on to these like fucking gimmick matches, and he had a couple of fucking Texas Death matches, and now he's got a career match. And
Yeah.
Ben War in this era just looks
World champion material in WCW.
Looks the part. He sells everything. He gives everything. And it's just a shame that he had fucking Captain Sullivan to bring him down. But say again.
Do you think he's world champion material in WCW in this era right now? In 1997, would you put him in the main event scene?
With everybody. Who's in there now? Because you can't. Not with the likes of Savage, Hogan, superstars. You can't. You know what I mean?
US.
Yeah, he was quite. You know, he was a US champion. Like obviously that's to come, but he gets quite a consistent like US championship reign at various points.
Yeah.
So you can't, like I say, you can't because like WCW at this time, it's all superstar driven. It's all about poster boys. It's not about work rates and how you are in the ring. It's all about
Name value.
Kevin Nash, Scott, it's Hogan, Savage, Sting. You're going in again looking. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. No matter Edward you are, you're never going to go looking. You had to wait for them people to sort of slowly go out for Benoit to even be up there then with Booker T and Scott Steiner and all that type of thing. So, but that was obviously a few years later.
I would have loved it though if Benoit had got the same DDP treatment, like a main event had gone for him, and he would have made an extra star. I would have loved that, and like I couldn't think who I would have paired him with, like from the sort of main event sort of caliber, because you want someone that actually works that similar style, like will just keep going. I'd have loved him and Flair. I think him and Flair would have been beautiful together. And you've got the storyline writ up where they're in the Four Horsemen. But it is what it is.
He's always kept his intensity as well, don't he?
Yeah.
He's always kept his intensity. I think that was one of his fucking problems with like roid rage or whatever the situation may have been. But he's always had intensity in it, always.
If you will.
I rate this 1.5.
Okay.
I didn't get
strange for you in this type of match because it's your forte, if you will.
If you will.
Bro,
I think
fucking Jimmy Hart got chucked off the top of a big deck chair.
I'm not gonna lie, I gave that half a star, but I didn't see a landing. For all I know, he landed into a pile of pillows, and he had.
You said you did say him. Yeah, you did say him.
It was fine 2 minutes later. I was like, motherfucker.
I know he even decided to. I've never seen Jimmy Hart really lay in anything, and in this match, he laid a kick into Benoit.
Yeah. Oh, I loved his kicks though, because it was like if someone watched Rocky. You know, Rocky does like the weird leg flick as he stomps, but he went to the next level and decided to do scissor kicks as a stomp, which made me laugh. I thought Jack Willing got involved too much.
Way too much.
Like, that really brought it down. I was like, these two lads are going to...
You were just salty because Benoit got a fucking face full of vagina, don't you? You're just salty about this. That's why you're right.
You know what? Everyone got a face full of vagina that night. Kevin Sutherland got it as well. So, it's good for the goose, good for the gander.
Who doesn't want a face full of vagina?
True. I think the one thing I didn't like was the sort of semi-face turn they tried to do with Kevin.
Because he was in his hometown.
Yeah, but you know what? He couldn't have gone out just as a straight heel. He lost. Tough shit.
No, he's got too much ego to do that, Don.
Yeah. He could have just done the thing with, what do you call it? Jimmy Hart at the end of the match and got that little bit of a fan pop.
I've seen that from 7 months of fucking shows, and I've watched some of the shit that this motherfucker was producing in '95 with the Dungeon of Zoom, if you will.
That's what I feel we are.
Hey,
to be honest,
the rum's kicking in.
How's the beer treating you, buddy?
Look, just fuck this guy. Dave rated it 3.5 stars.
I think someone was on the. I think
He
someone
must
had
have
been to
been-
Amsterdam. I think someone went
He
to
must have
Amsterdam.
been to Amsterdam to give that the same higher star rating than fucking Muta, for example, or the Steiners.
Yeah,
I mean, what the fuck?
I think I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this is the best match these two had. I think the match where it ended
The first one.
Yeah, I think that was a better match. I actually think that was a better match. The only thing I enjoyed about this match was the intensity between these two. Just at the beginning, just fucking peppering each other. That was the only part of this where we're like, "Fuck, this is gonna be good."
And they were really laid them in, to be fair. But let's move on from them jobbers, because Pence's back to announce our second championship match of the evening for match 6. Done, if you will.
Do you want title as well, or
Yeah, do it all, mate.
Okay. Would you like to translate that for me, please? Because you really heard it.
So the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the WCW United States Championship with Steve Mongo McMichael with the lovely Deborah taking on the champion, Double J, JEFF, JARRETT, Jeff Jarrett. Spend my days hard on the go. Jimmy Jeffy's back to referee this one.
We've got a 5J. So
we got all of the J's, mate. We got all of the J's.
Jimmy Judge Jeff.
Fucking
hell, got that in one.
Jimmy Jazz Jeff Jr. Jarrett.
First of all, I did not enjoy Double J's music. Or his little pleather pants that he pulls off.
I like to think that they're like Cesaro, modern day, looked at that, went, yes, all of that. Less straps, though.
I think Cesaro was pissed out of his tree one night, watched James Bond followed by the full Monty, and went, yeah, I can make them work.
I like to think Jeff had something to do, but I think that with everything, Jeff and Jarrett had something to do with it.
We rated this one 5 stars, knowing you fucking Jeffy. I love the fact that they have to explain why Jeff Jarrett uses the figure 4 leg lock and why he's continuing to use the figure 4 leg lock. Mongo can't even get on the ropes to show off the title after he steals it. He's botching that, for fuck's sake. Double J is obviously now the heel in this situation. I literally wrote midway through this, I'm calling a Deborah heel turn. In brackets, please. I don't have anything positive to say for the match. Dusty does give a shout out to his deceased former partner Dick Murdoch, which I thought was a nice touch. And I called it. So Deborah heel turned. Fuck Mongo. Double J retains the title after 6 minutes and 56 seconds in a 0-star classic.
Wow.
Mongo!
I went with half a star. Purely for Jeff Jarrett. I can't put Jeff Jarrett in a 0-star match.
I can, and I did. And I'll continue to do
Jeff.
so.
You can't blame Jeff for this.
Mate, fucking Jimmy Jeff was the fucking real Double J in this one.
Fuck me. If I could read through this screen right now, motherfucker.
I was more interested in some other Double J's, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that comments are there. Oh, that was lovely. It's like completely out of nowhere.
I just want to know why they didn't want to go home, Paul. Like, are you too good for your home, Paul?
What's that? Shocking. I went half a star as well. I'm never going to rate Jeff Jarrett in a 0-star as long as I can help it. If it's Jeff's fault, fair.
Surely, when we get to Bash at the Beach 2000, and he
That's
lays
a promo.
down.
That's a promo. It's not a match.
You can fuck right off. The bell rings, and the world championship of this company changes hands. That is a match, not a promo. There is no way you motherfuckers can justify 0.5 stars, half a star. You can't do it.
Oh, that's fine. I've got my plan already.
Because I've got 5 stars for that one. Anyway.
But yeah, one thing, the one touch I did like, Mongo tried to block it with his arm.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That was one actual positive I will give about this match.
And now he drops things.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe it's not.
You never know. You never know. But anyway, that's of that. Done with that shite. If you will.
Oh, God, sorry, my bad. So, Hotline Bling's back. He's appalled at Deborah's actions. He plugs the main event and the hotline, of course. He plugs Road Wild, and we get a trailer of some wrestlers and some bikers. Hogan and Rodman cut a promo that is way too long. They just basically say how awesome they are. The good thing here for me is that Hogan calls Lex a wannabe. But the question for me is, who had a pint of milk in a Lex Express?
Exactly.
Hogan didn't.
Did somebody body slam Yokozuna?
Yeah.
Just saying. It drags on far too long. The NWO music's playing in the background. And then immediately they cut the music. They show us the fucking entrance way again. And then the NWO music hits again. So we're getting far too much of the NWO music.
Yeah.
It's match 7 out of 9. It's the Macho Man Randy Savage and Scott Hall with Miss Elizabeth taking on the team of Diamond Dallas Page with Kimberly, who brings out the mystery partner, which turns out to be
It looks like you need to sneeze.
a joke. Kurt Hennig, also known as
Bless
Mr. Perfect. Thank you. Mickey J is the referee. I'm not being funny. When I think back to the rest of the show, Kurt Hennig is like a massive hint throughout the night that he's going to be the tag team partner. He's mentioned a few times. Brain says he's in the best shape of his life, though. I completely disagree with that, but he's in shape.
He's not in bad shape.
Not in bad shape.
Best shape of his life, though. It's in early 90s, is he?
Exactly.
Mm.
You're in SummerSlam 92 against
91.
Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Can I be honest?
91, was he? 91.
Yeah. Wembley Stadium for 90.
Can I be honest? Was I the only person that popped when Hennig came out?
It's okay, bro. It's okay. No, I enjoyed it. I like the fact that it was Kurt Hennig. I really enjoy Mr. Perfect, obviously. Maybe in my top 10, maybe. But again, we're looking at early 90s Mr. Perfect versus now. And we'll digress into the match. It's a little bit of a different story, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd argue the fact that it's the same as Scott Hall.
Yes.
And Razor Ramon is, you know, when you're getting a payday off WCW and you haven't got to work as hard as what you should be, then you do take your foot off the pedal. If you're not forced and you've got a bit more control over what you do, you ain't gonna put, unless you've got good motivation, you've got everything you want. DDP
and that's
needed to
what's
work
happening.
for it, DDP put a contract. You know what I mean? He was getting paid pennies compared to everybody else. Kevin Nash, Scott all come in and got one of the highest paid ones. It was, apart from what Hogan, Nash got paid less than Scott Hall, you know, what everybody says, all the interviews and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but their rates would go up as well, wouldn't they? Because every time they signed big, theirs would go up a match, or at least relatively.
Oh, this is like sort of like, you can see it's nobody really, they do care, but it's not
100% whole. Like the 100% of the heart's in there.
without a doubt, not hungry for it, without a doubt. And like you say, they're just protecting the name and booking themselves how they want to book it, and that's what's coming down to, that's what's happening. Okay, let's go for it. So DDP still wearing tape around his ribs. What a gimmick. DDP and Savage renew their rivalry to start the match, which I absolutely loved. And they've definitely been a highlight of this entire 1997 run so far. Hall and Hennig in the middle of the ring. So, Mark, to touch on your point, you've got Razor Ramon and Mr. Perfect standing across the ring from one another. That's a dream match. That there with those two names is a dream match.
Yeah.
Former
tag champs as well.
Wow. Yeah. Back in the day. Good knowledge. And Hall tries to basically point out that Mr. Hennig has put on a little bit of weight. And Hennig
he was not happy about that. He was not
quickly tells him to fuck off.
Yeah.
Hall then throws the toothpick, and Hennig immediately spits his chewing gum straight into his face. This is then followed by a little bit of a feeling out process, followed by one huge slap from Hennig on Hall. Hennig does a spot, and then he nearly says, "Now that's perfect," but he stops himself and makes the tag. He's like, "I better get out of here. I've said too much.
I'll get my coat.
I've said too much, lads. Let's get out of here." And then it goes downhill for me. I didn't like it from there at all. I noticed that Hall does a suck it in the match to Page. It's just one-paced, one-dimensional. It's not great. Hennig finally gets a tag, and it just ends up to be one of the shittiest hot tags, lukewarm tag, if you will, in history. He blames DDP for obviously. I know what they're trying to do with DDP holding the rope from the outside, and he gets whipped in, and obviously he gets no bounce. They explain it quite well on commentary, but again, I just don't buy it. Hennig's the legal man. He turns on fucking Page, and then Mickey J just lets it go to shit. And basically, Page is apparently then the legal match. He's basically gone with the Mexican rules here, hasn't he, towards the end?
Yeah.
Hall and fucking Savage are both in the ring, while Hall delivers the outsider's edge, followed by the fucking elbow drop. 1, 2, 3. The NWO go over. Surprise, surprise. It's an awful match in the end for me. I was really, really looking forward to it, especially when Mr. Perfect walked out, as you said, Don. And this is what I was talking about with the amount of tag team matches on the card. I've had to go 1 star with this one, and this is what I knocked Raph and Mortis down for this match because of that continued storyline that has been present throughout and the star power involved in the match. But I couldn't go higher than 1 star. I couldn't justify it. And I wanted to, because I love all 4 individuals in this match. I love them to bits. Heroes, legends.
Yeah.
We're talking fucking get a kid a Happy Meal energy levels here. Like, do you know what I mean? And we're just not there here. So 1 star.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mark, in advance. Sorry.
What for?
Because I know how much you love, obviously, DDP, and I know how much you love the Savage DDP storyline, but I want to hear your star rating because
that's the thing, though. I've rated it a 1.5.
Okay.
Purely because of the star power, because of the people that's in the ring, because of what's happened before. Add Scott Hall and Kurt Hennig into that.
By the way, how good did Elizabeth and Kimberly look?
And that brings me to my second point. Yeah, there's your half a star.
Fair.
Okay.
Right there, babe. It's good.
And it's not just about how they're looking because they're involved.
Oh no, No, of course, yeah, because they've got a big part to play in the storyline rather than just WCW NWO N64 Revenge, just walking somebody out to the ring. They're getting involved. You can call on your manager. Do you know what I mean? But it's good to get it's good for Savage to have his revenge as well because he lost to La Parka the week before. How embarrassing, And
I'm assuming Savage had something to do with that. Sorry, Dallas Page had something to do with that.
Well,
he borrowed him his finisher.
Do you want to tell the story, Don? Do you want to tell it to him?
Nah, Martin, you know what? I think you've got this, dude.
But yeah, so, the Parker against Randy Savage. What happened is last week on Nitro, Savage was being cocky. The Parker was selling it. Went up for a big, oh yeah, elbow drop. Come down, boom, kick in the face. Turn around, diamond cutter. The Parker took his mask off. Oh my God, it's DDP. It was DDP all along. 1, 2, 3.
It was Dallas.
He was the commentators because he was just fucking about. Come running back. Oh, what the fuck's going on here? DDP jumps into the crowd, giving it all the bang. Love it. And then you know what I mean. This is last week. And I can't ignore that because I can't shit on this match, even though it was shit to a certain degree. The story's still there, and it's just a shame that they couldn't deliver. They shouldn't have been putting a tag team match. To be fair, they shouldn't do another match, but there should have been something else. I don't know what, but there should have been something else. If they wanted to continue the feud, I'll put it match. There you go. 3 stages of that.
I think Rob was right. What you said earlier, there's too many tags on the show, and they just get lost within each other.
Get lost.
Yeah.
I'd said 2 tags. Give me the main event tag because obviously star power, and then maybe give me the Steiners, Chono, and Muta because there's storyline to a title there. Everything else wasn't needed as a tag, personally. I rated it 1 star, just by the by. I genuinely thought it was going to be so good. I saw the names, but I got my hopes up, and all my heroes have failed me in this respect. It was just, I wish I could say something nicer. That's all I've got to say about that.
Those 4 individuals could have done so much more, and they didn't. So that's how it is. But technical difficulties are a part of the WCW show as they nearly play or try to play the NWO music. There we go. We've got him back. Piper's music then hits. Each firework makes him flinch like he wasn't expecting them. He's quite stern on the way to the ring, to be fair. And here we go. Woo! It is Nature Boy time. Ric Flair is on pay-per-view, baby. As we get icon versus icon as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Match number 8, we've got Roddy Piper versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Mark Curtis, Ned Flanders is our referee. Couldn't have picked a better ref for this one.
Oh, yeah.
Martin is having all of the technical difficulties.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, dude. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Did that match upset you that much that you're going to skip over the cream of the match on man segment?
Oh, I did feel something was missing.
Stand up, Rob. Stand up, Rob. What t-shirt you got on?
Oh, yeah. Okay, my apologies. Let's rewind a little bit.
We're jumping back into John's DeLorean to get it.
Yeah, let's jump back into the DeLorean. It's way quicker than VHS rewinding. So the match was shit. Dave's rated it 0.5 stars, but to save the match, we're going to go over to Martin Holland right now, and we're going to hear "The Cream Rises to the Top." Oh yeah!
Put The cream will rise to the top. Oh yeah, Macho Madness has got more to offer than President Jack Tunney.
So this is, and I hope that this can give an extra at least 2.5 stars or 0.25 stars. So get it up to that, 1.25. Let's show you. So we got the multi-selling platinum album Be a Man by Macho Man Randy Savage. So this is Macho Thang to her at Nutga Thang. So it says, this is just the intro. Come on, baby. I want to be your lady. You drive me crazy. Presuming that Macho Man didn't say that. But we'll just go with it because it's written on my text on the screen. So it says, chilling at the club, play hard. That's the slogan. All the ladies stare when we step up in the place. Got a cutie, she's a beauty, all up in my face. Like Jacqueline was to Chris Benoit earlier. When it comes to partying, it's going down. When we hit the floor, best show in town. In the VIP, ladies all around. Rascals and me about to put it down. My God. Everybody's dancing, having a ball, got their hands in the air, no one's on the wall. Saw a dime at the bar, about 5 feet tall. She gave me the number and said, give me a call. This type of thing happens every occasion. Don't get caught up. That's not in the equation. Got my mind on my money and my money on my mind. I've heard that somewhere before. He's fucking pinched that from somewhere, ain't it? But right now, I'm trying to have a real good time. Come on. Come on, baby. That's Macho Thang by Randy Savage.
What a thespian.
He's a guy. He gets all the pussy.
Don needs about fucking 10 minutes after that.
Oh, fucking
He's
stick a
crying.
fork in me. Every time. I don't know what he's Mark. You can the written word of Randy Savage and made it your own, but it always brings tears to my eyes out of sheer enjoyment. I just love the little comment you were making as well. It's like, I think I've heard that somewhere. That, I'll be honest, I think that was when the cream was fucking rising for me.
Is that for another song, Danny?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I've never heard it before.
I got my money on my mind, mind on my money. I don't know. Fuck it.
First time I've heard it.
And my space is sleeping around too. So back into match 8. As Roddy Piper takes on the Nature Boy Ric Flair in again an icon versus icon match. And again, when we're talking about star power and superstars and blah blah blah, it really doesn't get any bigger than this, does it? In a one-on-one contest, this is big. Look, it starts slow and then becomes hell of aggressive right away.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go for the shoulder tackle spot. No, we're not. We're gonna punch the fuck out of each other. Let's go. It just basically becomes a street fight. And Brain does tell us that Roddy Piper, he's not only an accomplished boxer, but he's an accomplished street fighter. Now, I don't know about you two lads, but I never played with Roddy Piper on Street Fighter.
I can confirm his street fighting credentials. If you've seen the film They Live, there is a iconic 8.5 minute uncut fight scene with him and Keith David's character, which was
cut.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen him against Goldust at WrestleMania. That was the shit.
Yeah, but you didn't have John Carpenter directing that.
Well,
also, it was famously parodied in South Park when Jimmy and Timmy have the fight. It's based essentially scene by scene for that. If you've ever seen the that episode,
No, I
Well,
just wanna-
please
I wanna
write
make it
into us
replaceable.
if you've seen that episode. We're at PO Box today, Junior. The price is wrong, bitch. So they eat a chop fest, and then there's a flare bump, eye pokes. We get eye pokes. We get loads of finger pokes of doom in the eye, shall we say, if you will. Flair goes down low for a chop block. That's his cut-off approach. He works the leg for the match while wearing shin pads, basically. He's not wearing knee pads, is he, Ric Flair? He's literally wearing shin pads.
Never has.
Picked up the
He's the
blonde
opposite,
face
he's the
knee
opposite
pads.
to Ahmed Johnson.
He did do the opposite to Ahmed Johnson. I felt like it was a bit of a rib as well that Ric Flair wore a blue robe to the ring, because obviously Piper wears blue gear all the time, right? And then what you normally see with Ric Flair is his robe matches his trunks. But when he took his robe off and he's in that royal blue robe, which matches obviously Piper's trunks, he's in some dark fucking either navy or black gear, if I remember rightly.
Yeah,
I feel like he ribbed Piper with that robe. I feel like he was wearing like a fucking black one before he went out, and then he changed it to the blue one just to rib him, like. Because Piper had probably said, "You can't wear blue because I'm wearing blue."
Yeah,
and then Flair's like,
you
fuck,
blue.
"Fuck you, cunt." I'm the nature boy. I think it's a good match. Piper, the figure four goes in early. Piper turns into Hogan at some point. He hulks up. Piper uses the figure four. It does become a bit of a clusterfuck towards the finish, and that's what probably lets it down. Because Mongo's involved, he hits a tombstone on Piper. But Piper eventually comes out on top anyway with the sleeper hold. He's got to be the most, charismatic superstar to ever get over the sleeper hold, for sure, as a legit finish. 30 minutes, 26 seconds, 3 stars for me.
Very nice. I think I went with 2.5 stars on this match. It was all right. These two are they're definitely more than past the way out, and I think it showed at times. And it pains me to say it, but yeah, it wasn't. I'm not a big Piper fan, to be fair, as well. Never have been. He's never shackled my chains.
He's never made you cry when winning the Intercontinental title. Is that what you're telling us, Mark?
Potentially.
I've got to go 3 stars. Main event, and I just think it was an awesome match.
3 stars, did you say there, Mr. Bailey?
I said 3. I did indeed. 3 stars.
Also, with Ric Flair, with his gear, if Ric Flair wore red trunks, knee pads, and boots in his big matches, he lost everyone.
It's a fact.
Depending on his colour.
There's some very, very strange conspiracy theories out there about Ric Flair's gear, isn't there?
Yeah.
But some of them are true.
A lot of people a lot of people are really interested and put a lot of data together. Crazy.
So has that ever been confirmed, or is it just literally speculation?
I think that one's true. The red gear one's true.
Oh. I think WrestleMania against Michaels.
He's in blue.
Oh, okay. So
he's in blue in the match against Michaels, but he wore red against Savage at WrestleMania 8.
The Savage wore the all gold one that we reviewed, Damien. Yeah.
What a match.
And research now.
I'm going down the rabbit hole now, boys. Going down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole we go. The thing is, You're gonna die, clown, and that's just the way it is. So we're here for the main event as Michael Buffer is here to do his gimmick, and Randy Savage is back for another episode of Cream of. Look at his face. Look at his face. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for round 2. Savage is here, mate. He's on the screen. I haven't forgot this time. What you saying? Yeah. Get it up, and that's what she said.
I don't want to force it though.
Look at his face. He's just like, nope.
Are you waiting for me?
No. So Savage comes back out to the surprise of Buffer, just like I've surprised Martin by asking him to read another segment of Cream Rises to the Top. Fucking, I can't even say it now. Buffer basically shoots the intro before announcing Rodman and Hogan, who come out obviously second to the baby faces, who are the Giant and Lex Luger. Randy Anderson, Pee-wee's back to referee the main event. And again, who's the baby faces in this one? Because Hogan absolutely just books himself over against Lex Luger at the beginning. Hogan gets the shine, not Luger, Hogan. Yeah. Well,
that's all the reaction's going to be. It's just...
Yep.
But the thing is, though, where the fuck, like, Hulk Hogan hasn't even been around. We discussed this, obviously. He went and, like, fucking had a little payday for himself. And to go into, like, a private show for the Monty.
It's all right, because he's pulled in his mate Rodman here, hasn't he? So he's all right.
Bischoff apparently wasn't happy, but, you know, he's booking everything. Hulk Hogan is pulling every fucking string there is to be pulled in this company this time.
Yeah,
everyone.
Literally. Well, Luger just screams. He's probably screaming out for some milk or something. Rodman gets a big ovation. He comes into the match to square up with Luger. He does quite well, actually. He hits an arm drag. Anyone would have thought that he'd won Euro 2020 with that arm drag.
This is the thing. I think the fact is, though, when you see a celebrity, especially with WCW wrestling, it's like...
Especially after Kevin Green.
Yeah. Well, there's a question. That's probably for the Larrys, though. Save that for the next edition of the Larrys. So...
That's what they've done now. They've delved into the NFL. Now they're in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, this shit's working. Let's do more of this.
Let's try something else. Yeah. But Rodman obviously looks at the Giant and says, "Stop looking at me, Swan." But he also, there becomes a bit of back and forth on commentary with the bragging that they're going to be spoken about in national news. Just chill the fuck out, lads. You're on the show. We get it. We understand. As I said, Rodman does quite well. The ref goes down. It all falls to pieces, really. Phineas Godwin turns up, but it's got to be Defo Kevin Nash, isn't it? Without a doubt. Nick Patrick comes in, and this guy is literally screwing the NWO out of every finish there is at the minute, isn't he? Since he's back from his suspension, because he comes in at the right time to call the finish, the torture rack on Hogan. So Luger and the Giant go over. Rodman gets a torture rack. Savage gets a torture rack. They all get torture racks. It's absolute mayhem. And Lex Luger's music is dead shit.
Yeah. But with Lex Luger, the fans love him. But I think what he thinks about it is when he looks in the mirror, he's like, he says to himself, you ain't cool unless you pee your pants. And that's what basically he tells everybody, that you ain't cool unless you pee your pants. That's what he's done.
Also, I've got a bus. That's all it is.
Oh, Doyle rules. This went 22 minutes and 19 seconds, and it took 1 hour, 32 minutes for Martin to clock on. about the Adam Sandler references in this episode, and I'm dead happy about it. I've give this one 2 stars.
I'll give it half a star.
Oh wow! Go on, Mark. You need to give us more than that, mate.
It was just the shits for me. If it would have been 0 stars, it'd been, if it wasn't for the fans' reaction to Dennis Rodman, who's supposed to be a heel, who's getting chanted and cheered. Like the booking on this is just absolutely fucking terrible. I don't like Lex Luger. The Giant needs to sort his speech out during this era because he can't talk properly because he's just spitting everywhere, and all he knows how to do is just go Rah! And put his hand in the air. Like, he's so green. You're not putting him in the main event again. Then you bring Dennis Rodman in, Hulk Hogan's pulling all the strings. It's fucking. How long was the match? 20 minutes.
Fucking Michaels fell over that one.
How long was the match? But fucking 20 minutes.
22 minutes and 19 seconds. They went.
Mate, that was fucking 20 minutes too long for me.
2 minutes.
Fuck them all.
Oh, come on, Martin. You can do it, man.
What? What do you want to do?
I think Mark's had his rant. I think Mark's good.
You can do it.
Mate, if you want me
I'm
to
sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I want to kiss you all over and over again. I want to kiss you all over.
You're going to push him over the edge, dude. It's going to quit.
Till the night closes in. Till the night
my mama said you're the devil.
in. This is high quality H2O.
Crocodile's got some in teeth because it's got all them teeth, but no toothbrush. That's why it's unhappy.
That's right. You have turned into the Adam Sandler podcast. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are.
Fucking Captain Insano in the fucking main event. Give him fuck off.
I would say.
How old are you, little boy? I'll be 32 next week. Anyway, Don.
1 star. It happened. I'm done.
Wow.
it was
all going so well, and I was hopeful that this episode 20, Bash at the Beach, 1997, was going to become our highest rated WCW pay-per-view to date. And unfortunately, just like WCW found their way in the war, they have fell just a little bit short of the mark. So, I'll have you know that I, overall, for this show, have rated it higher than both of you.
Oh, wow.
I have rated this show overall at 1.86.
Okay.
You two, you will not believe this, have finished on the exact same rating, which I think
that's a first.
Is a first. That's a big moment, that is. Sorry, it's not a first. It is it's the first time for a WCW event. Let's just go with that. Okay.
Okay.
Me and Martin both rated WWF In Your House 13 Final Four at 1.9 versus your 1.7. The pair review have rated this one at 1.72, which brings the average down to 1.76. The highest still remains at Slamboree for WCW at 1.78. That close. That close. I got stats, man. I got stats.
I think it just went all downhill. I
think
it just shows
that main event picture.
Yeah, it just shows that obviously the mid carders and the Lucha Libre and the cruiserweights, them all putting on the wrestling show and them all giving the wrestling. Just putting on a wrestling show. The main eventer, Scott Hall, NWO, what they're doing is they're doing what they want, and they're still probably beating them in the ratings over the 83 weeks. But that's purely because of the star power, like you say. It's nothing to do with the product. It's all to do with Kevin Nash is on tonight. Let's go and watch him. Or Dennis Rodman's coming. It's got nothing to do with the product that they're pouring on.
Did the Penguin tell you to do it?
Was it too hot outside for you?
No, did the Penguin tell you to rate that main event lower?
What Penguin?
You know.
I don't use a Penguin.
I was saying you take that.
I
one
can
off
skate on my own.
I'm confused out with the references.
I just think that Colonel Sanders is wrong and Mama's right.
And I think I like her, and she likes me too. And I like her boobies, and I like them too.
Nice.
I just think that it's all in the hips.
And life is just like a penis. It's simple, relaxed, and hanging freely. It's the women that make it hard.
I think sharks, the only time they bite is when you touch the private parts. Oh, I nearly got it then.
It's really hard to soar with the eagles when you're surrounded by turkeys.
Oh, fucking hell.
What we're doing with our lives.
Trying to pop each other with like films that are like 20 years old.
Hey, we're
Like,
watching
we're watching
wrestling
wrestling.
that's 20 years old, so why not?
But we're in John's DeLorean, so let's enjoy the time.
Exactly. Let's enjoy the time in
Should we-
John's DeLorean.
While
I
I
wanna
go,
do, like-
I'm on Crime Watch again.
My name
So
is
this is-
Blurry Face, and I don't care what they think.
How long ago was this? 20.
24, is it? 24
Yeah,
years ago.
Yeah, it's roughly 24. Yeah, that's a 24.
To go with that.
Okay.
Happy
So it's
Gilmore
what,
was
July?
96.
So I'm trying to put into comparison how old these pay-per-views are. So 1997,
Titanic.
we have Titanic.
It's got to be the best, the most grossing film
In
ever, really.
July.
Up until Avatar, obviously.
July what? What was this, the 13th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what got released on July the 13th?
Adam Sandler film.
So, nah. So
No
July
choice.
the 16th, this is how old it was.
Go on.
We got George of the Jungle.
Nice.
Back.
Get in
Oh,
there,
yes.
Brendan Fraser. Get in
Hell
there,
yeah.
lad.
Air Force One, the week after.
Oh, put the bunny back in the box. I don't care.
Okay,
That's
okay.
Connor. That's Connor. and I
Full
don't care.
Monty. G.I. Jane.
You can leave your hat on.
G.I. Jane reference.
LA Confidential. You know, these are the films that were released. These are like classics.
Yeah. Holy
Speed
shit.
2.
Speed 2. Not
Not
as good
so
as the
cruise
first
control,
one,
no.
but
Not so
it's
fast.
good.
Not so fast.
Con Air.
It's on the boat, that one, right?
Was
On the
Con Air
boat.
actually out? Was Con Air
Con
actually?
Air, Con Air was released on the 6th of June, 1997.
Oh, okay. I heard Air Force One and I instantly went to Con Air reference. So I'm retroactively right. I'll take it. Holy shit.
Yes, you will take it. And on that note, the next greatest installment of Hot Tag Reviews will be Canadian Stampede, which obviously includes that massive, overbooked, great, fantastically remembered 10-man tag team match between Team Canada, also known as the Hart Foundation, and Team WWF America. Austin leads it. Hello, D's there. We'll get to it when we get to it. It was bound to be a
time.
good show, but you know, Shawn Michaels didn't want to work in a unsafe working environment, so he's probably gone off to find his smile again. Ahmed Johnson will
Happened
probably
to be
be.
Sonny's vagina.
Wow. We can deep dive a little bit into that actually.
What, like Sean did?
Of Sean, the dirty bastard, banged her in probably every arena going, and usually had the 1, 2, 3 kid as his lookout on the locker room door to stop people interrupting them fucking in the arena. And then that, you know, Chris Candido would be in a fucking hotel room waiting for her, and Sonny had fucked off to go fuck Michaels. So all about what a bitch. Oh well, she was getting the best sex of her life according to her in her book. So you know, that's whatever. And we all like good sex. So I'll end on that. Canadian Stampede's next. Until next time, enjoy that sex that you have. I've been Rob Campbell alongside.
I am jobber number 2.
And I've been Daniel. How about a nice warm glass of shut the hell up cornfield?
And this has been the Adam Sandler special Bash at the Beach episode. We'll see you next time.